Welcome back to our episode. Ryan and Kevin here with Chaos Man. Tell you about Tom Pagliarulo, who's coming off a first round knockout win last week. Tom, man, how you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Always good coming off a win.
Yeah, I mean, coming off a win, first round KO, main event. You can't get much better than that. And how has it been after the fight? How have you been enjoying yourself? Like, what is life after the fight, like a win like that for yourself?
Yeah, it's always good to fight right before Thanksgiving, get a nice win and enjoy some time with the family, eat some good food. But other than that, man, I was right back in the gym on Monday, staying busy, looking to have a big year in 2023. So I'm just staying ready for any call.
Yeah, yeah. And so I gotta ask, what was your favorite meal of Thanksgiving? It had to be the stuffing. It had to be the stuffing.
You're right. I'm a big stuffing guy.
A big
Man,
stuffing
it was
guy.
all
Big
good. My
stuffing
family
guy.
can cook, man, but I missed out this year. My mom makes a great stuffing, but she was working, so I didn't get hers. But it was so good. I had a good time, ate some good food.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad you had a good Thanksgiving, but I gotta ask you. So you get in there with your opponent. What are you doing to him? If you could give me, let's say, 5 words, explain in 5 words what you're gonna how are you gonna dismantle your opponent coming up?
Want to write a little haiku for you?
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. Literally,
five
literally,
words,
literally.
man. I
That's what I
guess.
want. I want a haiku. I'm a short and sweet.
I guess I'm gonna be aggressive. Um, push the pace on him. Um, hurt him. Lots of feints and knees to the face. That seems to be my
Knees to
specialty
the
lately.
face. I love it.
It's a good one. No, that's a
That's
good one,
more than
man.
5 words, but we'll call it five symbols or something.
No, that's a good one. And I saw you were working with Nick after training after the fight, everything. You guys are already back in the gym. Is that kind of how you do it? Like getting your art, like mastering your whatever you want to work on, like you and Nick getting right back in there after the fight?
Yeah, we don't really do this fight camp shit. We just kind of we call ourselves full timers, man. We're kind of always training, staying in the gym, and when the fights come, they come. A camp for us is really just kind of like maybe we turn up the intensity. I'd say like in camp, we're at like 10 out of 10 out of camp. We're
Yeah.
kind of on like that 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. So you're not killing your body all the time, which we're still trying to get better at. But yeah, man, we're just always in the gym, staying ready.
And have you been working on anything specific at their fight, whether it's stand up, ground game? Like, have you been working on anything specific? Because the fight didn't last long because you finished this guy in 1 round. So, like, what do you look at after a fight like that? Like, is there anything you want to improve on specifically after a fight like that?
Yeah, at this point in my career, man, it's honestly just sharpening all the tools, getting better everywhere. I got some real good jujitsu that I haven't really got to show off too much in my career yet. I did my fight before this a little bit, but yeah, just kind of staying well rounded. I guess going into this one, like we had a good game plan and stuff. Thanks to my striking coach Jake Manini, we kind of figured this guy out, and I just kind of did whatever he told me to do. I'm kind of the player and he's the controller. You know what I mean? I just go in there and do it. But yeah, other than that, we're just like sharpening all the tools and getting better.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I gotta know. What's all the Boston boy about? I gotta know about the Boston boy. The Boston boy is in town. What is he showing me today?
Man, I'm gonna be in the big show soon. That's it.
Yes, sir. And oh my, and so do you feel like experience, played a factor in that all of us? Because the guy you were fighting, you even said it in your Instagram post, he had a lot of fights under his belt. So do you feel going into the fight like that was gonna play a factor? I know now, obviously, we look back at it, didn't play a factor at all. But like before the fight, were you looking like, man, this might actually play a factor or no?
um, I try not to worry too much about them, man. Rob kind of has always told me you got to look at all these guys like they're the same. So that's kind of what I tell myself going into these fights that no matter who I fight, they're all the same. Yeah, the experience is there. There was nothing really I think that was going to rattle him. Nothing he hasn't seen. He's fought all the who's who's around here. He's fought Rob. He's fought some big names around here. All his losses are like real good guys. So he has that under his belt, and he's kind of made it a tough fight in all his fights. So it felt good to get through him as easy as I did. But no, I wasn't too worried about what he's done or the experience. I was kind of just gonna go in there and do whatever I want to do. Rob plays a big part in my mentality. He tells me to go in there and kind of be like that kid on the schoolyard who's always hogging the ball. It's always my turn. You know what I mean? So try and think about that when I'm
Exactly.
it's always my
You
turn,
get
and
the ball
I'm
in
not
your
worried about
hand,
that.
then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And do you credit like a lot of your boxing technique to just learning it at a very young age and training with guys like Calvin and Rob? We talk about Calvin and Rob in the UFC about how their main thing, their boxing's so good, but every other part of their game's good. But do you credit your boxing kind of just training with these guys? You got Tyson Chartier, one of the if not best coaches in MMA world. So you kind of credit to that with Jake too, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I've only really been boxing for like 2 years. I
Oh
got in
wow.
a boxing gym for the first time. Rob brought me. We've talked about before. I started with him as an amateur, and towards the end of my amateur career, he brought me to a boxing gym, and I met Sean Farley at Haverhill Inner City Boxing. He's my head boxing coach now, so I owe a lot of it to him. And man, my sparring rounds are I do boxing rounds and then my MMA rounds, and my boxing rounds are with some of the best pro boxers in the area. I don't like that's kind of how we structure our camp. I do Muay Thai with the best Muay Thai guys, I box the best boxers, I grapple with the best grapplers. So I'm getting like the best of everything. I don't want to do my boxing with MMA fighters or do my grappling with just MMA fighters. I want the best in each discipline. So I think that's played a huge difference. And my boxing coach always tells me after my sparring rounds, like I got a huge advantage on these MMA guys in the boxing world. So I know I kind of got that covered in the fight. And then I'm also a wrestler too. That's where it started for me. So yeah, I think it's just the perfect formula, and that's where I get most of my skill from is from all my great coaches.
Yeah, well, 5-1. You're getting close to the UFC call. I mean, you
Yes,
said it
sir.
yourself. You tagged Dana in the post. Like it's getting close. Like you keep putting on performances like that. I mean, it's only a matter of time. So, how close do you think you are? Like, how many more fights do you feel like you need till you get that call? Whether it's something soon.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like that sweet spot, that number with like the record where 5-1, 6-1. Like you get that contender series call, you get a late notice replacement call. But Calvin always tells me just keep doing what I'm doing, and they're not gonna be able to deny me. So that's my plan, man. Just keep winning, and the good things will happen.
Yes, sir. And we saw your post saying there's a new Boston boy in town. You already got one in the UFC. We're getting another Boston boy yourself. Like, can you just explain more about that? New bus boy at towns, like you get that call. How much is that call gonna mean to you as another Boston boy in the UFC?
Yeah, it'll mean the world, man. It's everything I've worked pretty much my whole life for, from wrestling to the training once I got out of high school in MMA, and then just seeing Rob and Calvin do their thing and just following in their footsteps. And honestly, man, it's just a big part of it obviously is for me, and then just showing them I was worth it. You know what I mean? I was worth all the time, the money they've invested in me, and everything they've done for me. So that's always one of my biggest goals when I fight is to just make them proud. And I know getting that call, it'll be like that. All right, I proved you guys I was worth it, and now we got to stay here. You know what I mean? It's not just getting there, it's staying there. And I want to be one of those best guys in the world, man, that top 10, top five, and be a world champ. So yeah, it'll feel good when the call comes, but the job's not done once it does.
No, and I know I know you were waiting for that call, and I wanted to bring this up because I remember in like one of our first interviews, you mentioned this to me. You said it's better to fight in Calvin's promotion because you get to sleep in your own bed. You're like that close to the arena. So like, how much is this helping you? Because you get to fight in combat zone, and you just keep getting to be like that right there, and you don't have to worry about like jet lag or any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's always nice, man. This time I fought a kid who's local, so he kind of got the same treatment. My fight before that, they flew someone in, so he had to do the whole travel thing. But anytime you get to sleep in your own bed the night before a fight, man, just be in your own home is a great feeling. But I like the traveling too, man. It feels a little more real almost when you have to travel. It's like you're on a work trip. You know what I mean? You're wherever you are for that one
Yeah.
purpose. And I've got that experience flying out to Vegas with the guys for their fight weeks and stuff. And when you do that kind of stuff, you kind of go out for the full week, so you're acclimated the whole time. You know what I mean? So I don't think either is going to make a big difference in how I perform. But it's definitely like a little treat to fight close to home for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. And we can't wait to see your next fight. Gonna be a great whatever is next for you is gonna be great. I'm sure you have big plans for 2023. It's crazy. It's almost 2023 this year for you.
Oh, goes by
Yeah,
fast,
that,
man.
that honestly is crazy. Like, how fast has time been going? It's really
Yes,
almost 2023. That's insane.
It's
Yeah.
that whole pandemic. It sped everything up.
I think that was it too. Like I think that it was like a 2 year like we just skipped the whole 2 years. Like skip. It's like
Yeah,
skip
it's just a
through
big
it.
blur.
Fuck it.
Nah, I mean you're getting big plans. I saw you're on ESPN's website. That's pretty sick to see. I'm sure for you. I mean, any kind of name on there, that's sick. But last thing for yourself, Tom. Thanks again for your time. A little segment we do at the end for the viewers to get to know you better. Just gonna ask you a question. Whatever comes to your mind first, just say the word. You ready?
Hit me. Let's hear it.
All right. Favorite food?
Ooh. Um, Mexican food, I guess. I guess chimichangas, man. That's my favorite right now. Chimichangas.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Um, Man, that's a tough one too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good movies. What's my favorite movie, Savannah? That's the girlfriend though.
Kill Bill.
Forrest Gump, she says. I do like Forrest Gump. We'll go with Forrest
So,
Gump.
cannot go wrong with that. One of the best movies in my opinion. Favorite MMA fight?
Favorite MMA fight of all time? Man, I woke up the morning of my fight and I was watching GSP versus Koscheck 2. Big GSP fan. The way he put that jab on him, he throws his jab like 20 different ways. He'll level change before he throws it. He'll feint before he throws. He'll double it up. Man, that was a beauty. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
All right, so let me know, women's and men's. Who is your MMA goat?
The
Greatest of
GOAT
all
of
time.
MMA all time, man. Probably. You want one for female and male, or just one for all?
One for all.
Man, I think you gotta say GSP. I think you do. Mighty Mouse is up there too, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's some new guys on the rise too who are closing in on that,
GSP
man.
is
You know, if
reasonable.
Kamaru Usman didn't lose that fight, we'd probably be talking about him too.
And I think
Khabib,
we're gonna be
obviously.
talking a lot about Kamaru in the next 2 months. I really think we are.
Yeah, he's got a big rematch coming up. I'm excited for it. I don't think his legacy's tainted too much from that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. It's not even touched.
Yeah,
It's untouched what that man's done.
yeah.
And
But
yeah. No, you go on. What were you gonna say?
nothing, man. Just that I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that rematch. You can't sleep on Leon again, man. He's tough. He's got some good takedown defense. He can wrestle too. That fight was at altitude. That always plays a factor. I'm excited, man. I want to see them run it back in London, and it'll be exciting.
Yeah, I mean that's another great fight coming up. Can't wait for that. And the last one, let's end it off on a bang, bold prediction. Where does Tom see himself in a year from now?
UFC, baby. Let's go. UFC
Of course,
2023.
right?
This time next year, we'll be
How are
having
you
different
not in the
conversations.
UFC? I mean, come on.
And
The way your career's been going, I know you're about to slump your next opponent. You
Yes,
should.
sir. It's
we,
coming.
we got to get this call. I was talking to Tyson about this a couple months ago. Having a Boston card, let's get it. You, Nick,
Yeah,
Calvin,
man.
you got to get that
That's the
stuff.
dream. Get Rob on there too,
Rob too,
man.
yeah,
If
Rob.
everybody's
Up
on a
front
card,
on there,
we'd
yep.
like that garden up, man.
I mean, I
Get
hope
that
we get
card
that one.
all stacked up, all them Boston boys on there.
Yeah, yeah. Hope we get it one day. Sure, it'd be a great night for you guys and everyone else. And for you, man, thanks again for your time. We really do appreciate it. If you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, man, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to all my sponsors. I don't have the list in front of me to rattle them all off, but and shout out to New England Cartel, my team, man, for getting me where I am and where I'm going. So appreciate you guys having me, and thanks for following my journey.
Thanks for coming on. We'll catch up soon, man. Can't wait for your next fight announcement.